What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sakina, and I'm back with another review. I know I'm not on camera today, but it's 7:19 in the morning. I've been up since 6 something because I had to drop my mom off at the airport, and I look crusty as hell. And since I was up a little bit more earlier than I usually am, I was like, all right, let's just go ahead and film before I got to clock in at 8. So apologies are sent out early. Y'all, I got my bonnet on. I look crusty, and I just simply don't feel like, filming right now or being on camera right now. So that's the reason why I'm not. It looks like the numbers for Miami is going up, so I really appreciate that. Shout out to everybody who has been watching. If you're not subscribed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. If you like the content, definitely like the video as well. Show your girl some love, okay? So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this review because it picked up where it left off last week. And I did forget that this is season 5, episode 7, but it picks up where it left off last week. Julia was like, when your cover is blown, you open your mouth so loud, people can't talk. Basically, you always loud and wrong. And she is. She always makes some outlandish statements. And then she want to overtalk you and be loud and be offended and be offensive. And it's like, Alexia is so tired. She does the same stuff over and over and over again. I was even watching C. Diggs' video, and he reminded me of what she said last year. That took me, I was taken aback when she said it, when she was talking about, she was being, acknowledged at a pride event or something. I forgot what she was getting, like some type of award or something. And it was a trans person on stage, a trans woman. And she was like, that's a man, right? Excuse me? Like, that really pissed me off. I was like, see, and you don't even need to be getting that award because you just offended somebody. That's not a man. That's a woman. So, yeah, nah, I don't like Alexia. I haven't felt her in a long time because she always saying something wild. Like, when you side with her, you try to give her, okay, I can see that. Then she go and say some effed up mess. And it's just like, all right, girl, see, and that's where you lost me and you reminded me why I don't fool with you. So Julia threw me off, though, when she was like, I don't judge women like you do. I was like, okay, but, I mean, you and your homegirl, Adriana, was giving Larsa the blues. But, okay, I'm going to let you slide with that, but not for real. So they just continuously going back and forth. And Alexia goes and says, she said Julia was jealous of her. And she was like, I'm never going to be out of the spotlight because I was born a star. Girl, what? Now, the way that production had edited the reaction, it looked like Gertie and Nicole was like, ooh. And Alexia, I don't know what Gertie's actual facial expression was because based on what Alexia said, it didn't look like what they had showed us through editing. But Alexia called Gertie out and was like, don't make that face. And I mean, shoot, I would make the face even if it was just like, girl, okay, talking about you was born a star. And what is your point? Because this argument is getting weird now. But Gertie in her confessional was like, my mama don't even talk like that to me. Like, girl, keep it up. You gonna feel my wrath. I was like, okay, Gertie, let her know. Show us a little something in because your homegirl, this is who you want to be friends. She be saying some crazy stuff. Now, keep in mind, this is the energy she's choosing to go with as far as, standing down on calling Julia a Russian prostitute and all of that. Now, she could easily say something about Haitian women and then try to justify it because she's mad at a Haitian woman. No, you don't do that. I don't care if you're mad at Lenny. You still don't say anything offensive about Russians like that. That's not justifiable, sis. Of course, our residential drunk, Marisol, is trying to stop them from starting up again. And Marisol is like, in her confessional, even the alcohol that's on the bus isn't enough to soothe this mental masturbation. Girl, isn't masturbation supposed to be pleasurable? I don't get it. Like, was I the only one who was confused by her saying that? That didn't make sense. I thought that was supposed to be a pleasure, a personal pleasure. And you're saying that was a mental it just didn't make sense to me. So they're making mojitos at this point. And Adriana is saying in her confessional that, everybody for a long time felt bad for Alexia because all the things that she's been through back to back. But she said during this trip, they're really getting to see the real her. So, basically it's not a good look. And it's not because she is a very offensive person. Even Julia was saying in her confession that she doesn't take disrespect. And I applaud Julia because she really held her own and she was not backing down to Alexia because Alexia was so firm in what she was and what she was saying, and even with her apology. And Julia let her know what she really felt, and I really appreciate that. I appreciated Julia and Adriana for standing on what they said about Alexia, because sis must have forgot some of the stuff that she done and been around. So Larsa was saying that Lisa had asked her to go to F1 with her. Now, the day before, she was saying that Lenny is going to F1, whatever the hell that is, with the mistress. So the thing is, everybody was like, why would she want to go to F1 when Lenny is going to be there? Nobody wants Lisa to run into Lenny. And I'm with them because it's like, girl, what? What is happening? I would not want, I mean, if he said if you stay in the house, you're going to get a front row seat of me dating. And I guess, I mean, out in public, she want to run into them too. It's weird. Like, girl, all of this just happened. It's still fresh. Are you sure that you want to see them together or potentially run into them? Everybody was like, pretty much, that's not a good idea, with the exception of Larsa. Girl, that's a dumb idea. No, she does not have to be, ducking and dodging him, but why go to the same place that you know he's going to be in? Because you're literally setting yourself up, and your night is going to be ruined because you know that your husband and his mistress is in this building somewhere, and then you run into him, you're going to be upset. Girl, please don't do that. That's dumb. So Julia wants to know where they go from here, right? And that's not what I'm laughing at. But Julia wants to know where they go from there. Alexia is like, oh my gosh, are we still talking about this? Because when they sat down at the table, Alexia was like, I never meant to hurt who she argued with. I never meant to hurt Julia. I'm about girls. I'm a feminist. Girl, if you get women and you talking about you a feminist and all of that, then you wouldn't have said what you said. Girl, please. Okay. Anyway, and so Alexia was saying that, we're still talking about this. I said, I'm sorry. Like, what do you want me to say? And Nicole is saying in her confessional that even though she may not mean it or mean to offend you, sometimes her approach can be condescending. And that is, like, Alexia is very condescending. I cannot stand the way that she speaks, and then the way that she says how she says things. It's just like, okay, I said what I said, and what? Like, and I can say what I want. Yeah, you can say what you want, but you have to realize that what you said may offend somebody, and the way that they come back at you may not be in your favor, of course, because you offended them, and now you're mad because they came back at you. So I just don't really like her. Anyway, yeah, she was saying, she apologized or whatever. And Julia was like, I've been open and honest about how I'm missing my girls, me and Martina. We're not at the funnest peak of our relationship. And then you try to throw a jab at me talking about I'm jealous. So then here come Gertie. Yeah, I mean, you have the microphone and then somebody else has the microphone and no one listens. And she said something like that, child. And everybody was confused, like, what? And when she broke it down, I got what she was saying. She was saying that, somebody in particular, we'll say Alexia, might have the mic and everybody is all ears, versus me, I might have something to say and nobody wants to listen. So she was basically saying there's people that they pick and choose that they want to listen to within this group. And it all really stemmed from Larsa saying that Gertie didn't or shouldn't have an opinion on the whole Lisa situation, but it was okay for everybody else to give their opinion. I know that's where that stemmed from. But everybody is confused because the way that Gertie explains stuff, she likes to use metaphors and they don't land all the time. So they confuse everybody. And then, she brought up Alexia dismissing her because of the facial expression that she made when Alexia said that she was born a star and she's always going to be in the spotlight. So they started talking about Gertie's facial expressions. Kiki had me cracking up, but it was really Marisol who had me dying. She was like, she said, Gertie will say, oh my gosh, I love this cake, and then her face will be all screwed up. That shit had me weak. I'm sorry I'm not on camera to show y'all because I really look crusty. I really can't show y'all my face, but that shit had me weak. Gertie does need to learn how to express herself in a more clean, clear way to where everybody will get it, because obviously, sis, you always confusing the crowd. Gertie called Alexia out. Like, you calling yourself a star, like, you bigger than anybody over here at this table. And Alexia's like, I mean, that's how I feel. I'm a star. I mean, you say that you on Vogue. You call yourself a wedding planner. Gertie was like, these are the facts and these are what people call me. Thank you, Gertie. Understand the difference, Miss Ma'am. You're a self-titled or self-proclaimed star, boo. Whereas Gertie, she actually is, in fact, in vogue, and in fact, as a career woman, a wedding planner. So it's like, girl, what are the, or event planner, excuse me. So it's like, girl, unless you thought you was doing something with that, no, baby, these are the facts. Yeah, she real salty about that Vogue situation in Gertie. This is the second time she done brought up Gertie being in Vogue. You feeling some type of way, sis? I told you, Gertie, Alexia is not your friend. Gertie told Adriana that she gonna level the playing field because it's a pecking order and she ain't having it. She turning that pyramid into a rectangle. I said, okay, girl. I think it's just really all in the way that she speaks. She really has to learn how to convey a message and really connect with the people, because she kind of does. Sometimes her delivery can be annoying. Like, I'm just going to be honest. Like, okay, Gertie, say what you say, girl. But even when she was talking to her husband, I was annoyed. Like, girl, you doing too much as far as, would you ever do that to me? Help me understand. Sometimes her delivery is just very off. It's very off. So she just got to work on that. But you have Alexia talking to Nicole, and she was like, I've never mistreated Gertie. I've actually spoke very highly of her, actually. It's just, like I said, I just really don't see it for them. I really feel like Alexia has major pressure when it comes down to Gertie. Later on, Marisol tells us, girl, what? I'm not there. She tells the group that they're doing a spiritual healing. I said, oh shit, here we go. My girl Nicole had to leave early because she got to go to work. I said, I really applaud her for doing both things, working and filming this show. Those are two jobs. And then her main job as an anesthesiologist. Oh, child, I don't know. Am I saying that right? Anyway, as a doctor, she works 24-hour shifts a lot of the times from what we're seeing. So she does that, and then she films this show. Girl, kudos to you, because that is definitely a lot to do. And I wonder if she gets, deep into the show. I know this is only her second season, but I'm wondering around season 3, is she gonna want to stop working as a doctor and pursue this job full time, or will she continue to do both? That's what I'm really interested to see. So Adriana and Julie are in the room, and Adriana wants to get down to the bottom of this guy that she's dating and if he's married or not. She calls him and he doesn't answer. But on their way to dinner, he calls her and she was like, I really have to figure out if he's married or not, because I never want to be in a situation where I'm dating a married man, because that had happened to me. And he was like, he was separated for 5 years. He's been divorced for almost 3. At first, I was a bit concerned because I'm like, wait, the way you wording it don't sound right. What's happening? You divorced or you separated? What is it? And he was like, he's been divorced for 3 years. It's public record, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, there you go. So now she feels relieved. Meanwhile, at the table, you got Larsa and Kiki. They get there first. And Larsa was like, I need to start doing what Marisol does, not eat. So I forgot who I was watching, but one of the YouTubers that I watched, they said that Marisol doesn't eat. Or was that somebody on Twitter? Somebody said it, child, that Marisol don't eat. And that explains why she's sitting around looking like a bobblehead. You don't eat, but you drink all day. Y'all need to go ahead and put her in somebody rehab, because sis got a problem. And she's proud about her alcoholism. And it may be funny and cute to a lot of people, but it's not funny or cute to me, because she usually uses, she literally uses alcohol as her identity, as a personality, and it's a turnoff. It's not funny to me. Child, so then they all gather around the table, and they start talking about who's single, and then they mention Adriana. And Adriana was like, well, I talked to the guy, and he told me that he's been divorced for 3 years. It's public record. Child, why Alexia pulled out her phone and was like, public records show otherwise. He's been married for 22 years. So you mean to tell me that you've been sitting on this and you wait until now to show her this in front of everybody? And then you keep saying it's in the name of concern because you know she has trust issues and you looking out for her. But then the way that you do stuff, it's very weird. Because when y'all was at the beach and you said that you heard that he was married, it's like, okay. But then you try to go and throw it in her face on the bus, talking about, you know, what's low is dealing with somebody that's married. And she doesn't even know that he's married. But yet you sitting on this information. So it's just like, was you just using this as a wild card? Like, she can't be trusted. Like, I don't see it for her, and I keep saying that. But yeah, Alexia, the way she be going about shit is real shaky. They get a call from Lisa, and she said that she had found some evidence of the girl being there. They had some wine and some takeout, and he got this woman in the house while their kids are there. Just disrespectful as hell. And Marisol was saying that she never liked them, and Lisa was saying that a lot of people said that they never liked him. And it's just shameful. Like, Adriana said, you 56 years old and you acting like this. Like, just no regard for your children, disrespecting your house, disrespecting your wife. He was out with the girl at the time with a phone call. Just a lot. Just embarrassing. And yeah, it's shameful. But Lisa, I'm telling you, girl, go ahead and leave. Don't try to fight that. Go ahead and see your way out, boo. But just make sure you see your way out with some coin in your pocket. Lisa, yeah, but you kind of threw me off. Like, I was with Alexia and Marisol. Girl, duh, they was definitely fucking. I don't know what you thought they was in that house doing. You already know that. So, at this point, everybody has their advice that they want to give her. They literally playing hot potato with the phone, giving her advice on things. And Larsa is the only one that's really taking this situation and kind of handling her gently. And she was like, you know, I'll call you later. I love you. And she was saying in her confessional that she needs to plan for the worst and hope for the best. But she needs to make sure that she has shit in order. And I feel like if she gonna take anybody's advice, I say she take Larsa's, only because, yes, Larsa has been divorced. Other women in the group have been divorced as well. But Larsa just seems like she's being the most level-headed person. I understand, though, like, you know, emotions be high. You be ready to, you know, beat a nigga up. But Lisa's already going through a lot right now. So it's kind of like, you know, everybody hopping on the phone. You need to do this. You need to do that. It's just kind of like, oh, my gosh, like, overload, overwhelming. It's a lot. So I would listen to Larsa's approach before anybody else's, because she's being very considerate of what Lisa is going through. Even though I know that the other girls are coming with love, they just coming a little bit too hard. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll be ready to kick a nigga ass too, but still, like, you gotta be aware. So they go see the shaman, and it was a really productive sit down. I actually enjoyed this scene. All of the women opened up about, you know, what's troubling them, what they want to improve on, all these things. So Julia said that, you know, she is giving Martina a hard time because she's an empty nester and she doesn't know how to deal with that. So she wants to work on that. And then Alexia said she wants to work on being more accepting when it comes down to Peter. I thought she was just going to say in general, but child, she summed it up to Peter. Okay. I feel like you can be open to everything. Marisol says she doesn't have any children, but she lost both of her parents, and that was something that was a big deal to her, but she's healed herself. I said, now hold on, Miss Ma'am. You have not healed yourself. You're coping with alcohol, and you can't prove me otherwise. You still need some healing to do, regardless of if you feel like you didn't heal yourself. Girl, you still got work. Kiki says she's scared to start over. Larsa, she looking for a man. I said, damn, Larsa, when did you and Scotty finalize your divorce? And they finalized it around this time last year. I don't know how long the divorce process was, but like the shaman said, just get to know yourself first, love yourself first, and then, you know, a man will come. Because right now, you're literally entertaining trash men. I don't know nothing about Michael Jordan's son, but you fool-la-la-ing around with him in public. He must be the romantic man. Girl, I just don't get it. Future, Tristan Thompson, who else was it? Old dude that she was walking around with who married, And now Michael Jordan's son, girl, like I said, your history is just not adding up to the things that you say that you want. Confusion. Get an older man. I don't know. That's none of my concern. Anyway, who else? Gertie said it's a bird tapping at her door, child, and it's telling her to work more. And it's her brother. See, but she had kind of lost me when she was telling this story, child. I said, okay, girl. Anyway, it was productive nonetheless, and they said that's what they needed to end the trip. We get down to Adriana's video shoot choreography. So this is the shoot. The shoot is the next day, and I forgot to mention that in Key West, she did invite the girls out to be in her music video. We know that she sings the chorus for the intro, or the song. I said the chorus, the song for the intro. So she has another song coming up, and the only person that showed up to the choreography is Kiki. Everybody else is saying that they had busy mornings. Meanwhile, we see Marisol, Larsa, and Alexia having lunch and saying that they have no intentions on going. And I'm like, if that's the case, why couldn't you communicate that? Why didn't you just say that when she asked y'all, can y'all come? I think that's so rude. That's inconsiderate. That's wild. And that's unacceptable as fuck. And Adriana, let me get on you real quick, because that outfit that you was dancing in, I don't know who told you that was cute, but baby, you don't have the body for it. First of all, that outfit was ugly. It wasn't cute. It wouldn't be cute on somebody like Larsa, somebody with a BBL. I mean, Larsa's BBL, it needs some tweaking too, because that booty is way too big. But yeah, it would not look good on any body shape. That outfit is just ugly. Your breasts were like literally looking like two melons just sitting on your chest. Baby, Lenny, you sitting there showcasing your work, and her boobs look nasty to me. They do not look cute. They look hard, big, and just sitting there out of her body. They look fucking four-dimensional. I don't even know how to describe it, but they don't even look like they came out of her chest. They look like they just sitting there. That whole outfit was atrocious, and girl, please do not get no BBL, because like Alexia said, them legs need work. So she's trying to figure that out. Meanwhile, the girls who are having dinner, you have Larsa saying that she went out with Lisa that weekend and they bumped into Lenny and his girlfriend, and it got ugly. So we see Lisa out with her mother-in-law having dinner, and she's explaining that this is embarrassing, and her mom was like, or his mom was like, yeah, we don't divorce. This is our first divorce within our family. Well, girl, listen, he broke the damn cycle. He didn't see it for the relationship anymore. And it's okay to leave if you feel like, the relationship isn't serving you anymore. It's just the way that he's going about it. It's very disrespectful. It's rude. And yeah, it's embarrassing. But he don't give a fuck. So Lisa took her ass down to F1. And she got exactly what she asked for. She bumped into Lenny and his mistress, and she told him to stop embarrassing them. And he don't give a damn. He doesn't care, because even when she said don't embarrass us, he was like, nobody's gonna know. Baby, it's very public. You're out in public with this woman as a married man. Like, you already know what's going on. So then she asked the mistress, why are you out with my family? Why are you being a homewrecker? And she licked her lips. Baby was careless. And that's why I was like, I don't know what you expected from that situation. I don't know why you went there knowing that your husband was going to be there. You're embarrassing yourself at this point. And I'm very mad that she even decided to go out to the same place where she knew that he would be. What type of, what type of shit is that? So according to Larsa, she said that Lisa went to the bathroom, and that's when Larsa had seen Lenny and the mistress hand in hand. She told Lisa about it, or I don't know if she told Lisa about it, but whatever. She seen Lisa recording them, and she was crying. And Lisa was saying that, going back to her and her mother-in-law, she was saying that she's scared she's going to be a single mother, but she's been in denial. He cheated on her before, he'll do it again, or he left her before, he'll do it again. Whatever he did the first time with his emotional relationship that I'm putting air quotes around. And we even got the flashback to last year's reunion, where she said that was 8 years ago. He told her that he didn't love her no more. Girl, yeah, you definitely should have kept your eyes peeled, because you already knew, like Kiki said, that head shape, that he was up to something. So Marisol, Alexia, and Larsa, they're wondering if Lisa had been in denial, because the mistress is now posing with Audemars Piguet watches and bags that Lenny has gifted her. So basically, she's literally Lisa's replacement. And they're like, do you think that he been saying that it's been over for all this time? And now he's like, okay, well, since you don't want to leave and since you don't get it, let me show you. Like, now this is the reason why he's prancing around town with this woman and stuff. And I could really see that. I think a lot of us could agree that we can see that happening, because Lisa is so in denial. She just so happened a few weeks ago telling them that they were on a high, when we see with our own eyes that, baby, y'all still in y'all low with some blows. This man don't like you, sis. So I do believe that is what's happening, but it's still fucked up for him to handle it this way. Child, it's a mess. And then Larsa was like, I got tea. And the tea was, she said that one of her friends seen Julia at some surf club making out with a guy. And that's where the episode ended. So y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I thought it was another good episode. It kept me entertained. Let's get down in the comments and talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see y'all in the next one. I'll literally be on camera next week. So don't stress about it. Y'all see me next week. All right. I love y'all. Bye. And real quick, I'm sitting here editing. And I'm adding the pictures of the cast, to give y'all a little something to look at. And I'm noticing that last year's promo pictures were used for this year's promo pictures. They just changed the color of the girls' outfits. Ain't that some lazy shit? Bravo, why didn't y'all update their promo pics? Why didn't they get a new photo shoot? I don't get it. And I don't like that. They need to be serving looks every season. Anyway, I'm finna get out of here. Bye.